Shelby Township Business Awards, the second annual. Welcome. My name is Kelly Kasuda. I'm from ShelbyTV, and I'll be your MC tonight. First up, I'd like to welcome Pastor Tom Fisher from Gethsemane Church for the invocation.
Thank you. Good morning. Yeah, Tim is my 6'8" brother, and so the I is kind of tall, and well, the O, we won't talk about that. Psalm 100 is a psalm I like to wake up in the morning with. Shout for joy to the Lord, all the earth. Worship the Lord with gladness and come before him with joyful songs. Know the Lord is God. It is he who made us. We are his. We are his people, the sheep of his pasture. Enter his gates with thanksgiving and his courts with praise. Give thanks to him and praise his name. For the Lord is good, and his love endures forever, and his faithfulness continues through all generations. That's what I thank God for, and perhaps many of you too, that every single day I know that God's faithfulness continues no matter what. Sometimes that's through difficult times, but other times it's like this morning where we can rejoice to see how God continues to bless Shelby Township with wonderful leaders, wonderful business people, and all kinds of citizens who come together and enjoy and celebrate the blessings of God in so many different walks and ways. So glad to have you be here. Thank you for inviting me. Let's join in prayer. Lord Jesus Christ, we give you thanks that you indeed are here. We thank you for your faithfulness every single morning and every single day. And wherever we are, whether it's in your courts or in your world, we give you thanks that your blessing is there. Bless all those who are here today. And as we continue through these 40 days of Lent, thank God we're halfway through. But in a more serious tone, the 40 days continue long after that. Enable us to celebrate your presence, your grace, your love, your suffering, your death, your resurrection each and every day. Help us to know that God did love the world, that he sent you for us. Enable us to give you thanksgiving and praise for your faithfulness each day. In your name we pray. Amen. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you, Pastor Fisher. Next up, I'd like to introduce the Chamber President and CEO, Melanie Davis.
Thank you so much, Kelly. Good morning. I'm glad you could join us this morning for the Shelby Township Business Awards and to celebrate some of Shelby Township's best corporate citizens. And first off, I just wanted to thank KUKA for inviting us into their amazing, isn't this an amazing space? Right here in our community. We're also fortunate to have the tremendous support of Shelby Township. This community has some of the finest individuals at the helm, I'm sure you know, but we have our distinguished elected leadership, including Township Supervisor Rick Stathakis, Township Clerk Stan Grott, Treasurer Michael Flynn, and the amazing leadership on the Township Board of Trustees, John Vermeulen, Vince Viviano, Lynn Wilhelm, and Doug Wozniak. We also enjoy the support of Deputy Supervisor Chelsea Oland, Community Relations Director Brad Bates, and even all the folks here from Shelby TV that are with us today. And they've put on an amazing program. Just wait till you see what they can do. They're great folks, and we really appreciate their support. The list simply goes on and on. So let's give all those people from Shelby Township a round of applause. And of course, we at the Sterling Heights Regional Chamber also enjoy the support from other municipalities and the county and the state. And here with us today, we have Sterling Heights Mayor Michael Taylor, County Executive Mark Hackle, Karen from Macomb County Public Works Commissioner Candace Miller's office, Don Brown from Congressman Paul Mitchell's office, and State Rep Peter Lucido. So thank you all for joining us this morning as well. Also, thank you to our board, our staff, and our generous sponsors, without whom events like this would just not be possible. Board members with us today include Tony Licata on the camera in the back. Wave, Tony. Board Chairman Dave Barron, Clark Andrews, Dr. Christine Johns, Doug Kelly, and Jeff Volmer. So thank you to our board members in attendance today. Thank you so much for everything you do for the Chamber. And lastly, our sponsors. They are true examples of good corporate citizenship, and we encourage you to patronize their businesses. Today we have Beaumont, First State Bank, Consumers Energy, Kirk Huth Lang and Badalamenti PLC, Anderson, Eckstein and Westrick, Regency at Shelby Township, Hillwood and Sterling Group Joint Venture Project, and we have our media partners, D-Business, the Macomb Daily, and CNG newspapers. Again, we encourage you to patronize all of their businesses, and then we thank all of our sponsors today, and we want to give one very special thanks to presenting sponsor Beaumont. And here with us today to give brief remarks on Beaumont's behalf is Jack Poma, Administrator for Nursing Services at Beaumont Hospital, Troy. Jack?
Good morning. You ever notice these name tags don't stick well to cheap suits? Get everybody's looking now. As she said, I'm Jack Poma. I'm the Administrator for Nursing Services at Beaumont Troy. And I also am proud to say that I've been a resident of Shelby Township for over 25 years. So it's a privilege for us at Beaumont to be a member of the Sterling Regional Chamber and support many of the organizations and businesses that are also members. We're very proud to be the presenting sponsor today at the 2018 Shelby Business Awards and recognizing the honorees that are going to be here today. Last year at Troy Beaumont, we celebrated our 40th anniversary as being part of the community here. We went from a 189-bed community hospital that offered the most basic services to a 520-bed tertiary care facility that offers everything from open heart surgery, major bone, joint, and spine surgery, and a full range of pediatric and women's services. So we're extremely proud of that. And as an aside, even though technically Beaumont Troy is an Oakland County hospital, we actually get about 65% of our patients and our employees from Macomb County. So, and the majority of them in the Shelby, Utica, Sterling Heights, Macomb corridor. So that's another fact that we're very proud of. To commemorate our 40th anniversary, we made a special video that we showed to all our employees, our physicians, and our volunteers. And we're so proud of it that we wanted to share it with you today. So if you can cue that up for us.
In 1977, Beaumont Hospital Troy opened its doors as a 200-bed hospital on rural farmland. Through the years, we have continued to expand and expand again. Today, 40 years later, we have 520 beds and a comprehensive array of top-notch medical and surgical services. Our focus has always been partnering with patients and their families in Oakland and Macomb counties and beyond. Thanks to our team for those 40 years we have been and we are caring people, caring for people. This is our commitment and the culture we have created at Beaumont Troy, and I am privileged to be a part of it.
I care. I care.
We care. Caring people.
Thanks to our team, we have celebrated many accomplishments. In 1992, we delivered our first baby. In 2003, we performed our first balloon angioplasty and our first open heart surgery. Our neonatal intensive care unit opened in 2008, and in 2012, our inpatient rehabilitation unit opened. Then, in 2016, we were verified as a Level 2 trauma center, all to serve our community in the best way possible.
I care.
In the Sim Lab, we care.
Caring people.
We care. 40 years, and we still care.
Caring people stop, and they listen. Our team collaborates with our patients and their families, and because of that, our community trusts us as partners in their care. Thanks to our team, we have twice received Magnet recognition for nursing excellence, innovations in professional nursing practice, and quality patient care. This achievement is a testament to the strong relationships we build. every employee, volunteer, every nurse, and every physician working together with our patients to make the care at Beaumont Troy extraordinary.
I care.
Caring people. Caring people. We care. We care.
At Beaumont, our mission is to deliver compassionate, extraordinary care every day, which includes an emphasis on patient and family-centered care. Now, to a lot of you, that probably sounds like just a fancy marketing slogan, but it really isn't. If you go on the Michigan Hospital Association website and you do a search for patient family-centered care, you'll see a whole host of literature which shows that partnering with patients and families, not doing things to them or for them, but actually partnering with them, makes care safer, which is always our goal at Beaumont. In our continuing effort to improve the experience of patient care, we're committed to partnering with patient and family advisors in everything we do. Currently at Beaumont Troy, we have 29 patient families advisors that participate with us as part of the healthcare team, sharing their stories, providing feedback on various aspects of the patient-family experience, and we include them in everything, from practice councils to quality reviews, and even in some hiring decisions and interviews. As a result, Beaumont Troy volunteered to host free community events on the topics of diabetes, heart disease, and obesity in the past year. Last year we focused on diabetes and heart disease, and this year we're focusing on obesity. We just had our third free community event on obesity, which was entitled Living Well, How to Achieve a Healthy Weight and Lifestyle at our Mosheri Learning Center, where approximately 80 people attended from the community, and it was very well received. The community event was emceed by Jackie Page from WWJ News Radio and included a health fair and presentations from physicians, dietitians, and an exercise physiologist. We're planning more of these events throughout the coming year. At Beaumont Troy, we're looking forward to 2018 to increase our community outreach in Shelby Township and the other surrounding communities. And in closing, I encourage you to live well and trust Beaumont for your care and your family's health care needs. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'd now like to bring up a man that many of you probably don't know. He's not really out in the community a lot, but, you know, feel free to tell us a little bit about yourself. Macomb County Executive Mark Hackle.
Thank you, Kelly, and that's interesting because I think most people wonder, you know, I never wear one of those name tags, and most people say it's because you don't have to, everybody knows who you are. No, actually it's because of what Jack said. I wear cheap suits, and I didn't want it falling off all the time. So thanks for giving up my true secret, Jack. Actually, it's interesting, again, this is I've been to this before, the event before, and when it first kicked off, and this is important. Rick, what you and the township staff are doing here, as well as the trustee and the board, recognizing business. We're very fortunate here in Macomb County. We've got an incredible story to tell. There's so much happening in Macomb County. We could be living in what I believe is probably the best of times Macomb County has had to offer, is citizenry. And in Shelby Township, there's an incredible, I guess if you will, sense of understanding about business and business relationship and partnering, and making sure that recognition takes place. And places like this, KUKA, getting an award for what they do. Looking at the robotics that they have behind us. Fortunately for me, working with our planning department, the planning department of Shelby Township, I got to really understand what's happening at this facility. And they were one of the first ones we engaged and had a conversation with and said, you know what is it we can do for you? What do you need? And one of the biggest questions and concerns was talent. And, well, I tell you, KUKA was one of the first ones in, and they're still driving that, if you will, that understanding and that need for talent and talent development. So working alongside of us, our planning department, Shelby Township, they've been one of the ones that's been kind of a leader when it comes to manufacturing day and getting kids connected with job opportunities. And their facilities, not just for their company, but companies all throughout Macomb County. And so it's not a shock to me to see an organization like this get such an award, but really thankful for the fact that you allowed this to be the backdrop for this particular event, which I think is extremely important for the recognition of business. Now, I just want to give a couple mentions to some of these others that I had nothing to do with the actual, I guess, selection process. But interesting enough, as I'm sitting here looking at the one talking about residential, Acadia Homes. Acadia Homes is something that came into my life about 2 years ago, looking for a new home. And not knowing who these folks were, I decided, you know what, there's a spot that I'm looking for. It happened to be in Macomb Township, sorry, but it is Macomb County. I looked at this, we were actually looking at the lot, and I thought, okay, who owns this lot? And it happened to be Acadia Homes. And so I really didn't know who Acadia Homes was. And so I went and knocked on the door and met this gentleman named John, and then all of a sudden I knew Greg, and there's Frank. So these three gentlemen were there kind of guiding me through the process. And I got to tell you, it was probably one of the most incredible experiences I ever had in buying a house and having a house built than I had ever imagined. It was the first house I ever had built. I'd never bought a brand new home where I actually had it built, and I heard the horror stories as I was getting ready to do this. People telling me, oh my God, it's a nightmare, you're going to hate it, it's awful, you know, that everything's going to, costs go up every time you go in there, they're looking for money or whatever. That's true, that did happen. Sorry, John. I think more to my wife's fault than, I guess, theirs, but it did occur. So with that being said, it was an incredible experience, and I got to tell you, what a quality home. Never a problem, never a concern, and if I do have a question about something, Frank and Greg are right on task with it, but the finance part of it that John put us through was incredible. So testament to the fact that you made a great selection on the residential side in choosing Acadia Homes. I also go to Amazon, although I don't know the folks. What an incredible facility that we've got out there. Rick and I both share the same kind of a thought on this. I'll tell you what, that was an incredible home run the day they decided to actually come here into the backyard of Macomb County, in particular Shelby Township, because it remediated an environmental concern that affected all of us in, and I'll say in southeast Michigan. And remediating that environmental concern, a $10 million work on that facility was I think, the number one thing that could have happened there. Now we have an economic development, a 1 million square foot facility. I didn't even know what that was until now I see this monstrous structure out there. And I'm excited they're here because they're closer to home. Packages are delivered on my doorstep, and I can't blame my wife for that. Her and I compete to find out whether it's hers or it's mine. So I'm just glad they're here, and we're excited about that. The healthcare part of it, although fortunately team rehabilitation, I've not had to experience your facility yet. I'm assuming at some point in time I just might, so I'll keep you in mind. And when you talk about the other one that's in here, Da Francesca's, boy. I don't know anybody in here that has not been to Dominic's or Kim's facility. In fact, I'm going to ask that. I'm not going to ask who has been there. I'm going to ask who hasn't. Raise your hand. I dare you. Yeah, we do have one. We do have one taker here. Oh, we're going to get you there. We're going to get you there. I'll tell you, what a great facility you've had. But it's probably the most premier Italian restaurant than anywhere else in the state of Michigan and probably the country. I've been there numerous times, and boy, I'm not a big eater, but every time I go there, I walk out wishing that I hadn't gone in those doors because I feel about 10 pounds fatter every time I leave. So incredible ambiance. Congratulations to you. But once again, Rick, to you and the board, as well as your staff, great job of recognizing the businesses here in Shelby Township because they are making a difference in the growth in Macomb County. Congratulations to all the award winners. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mark. Now, before we get to the awards, let's first take a look back at the economic development in Shelby Township over the last year.
Benjamin Franklin said, "Without continual growth and progress, such words as improvement, achievement, and success have no meaning." Those words, improvement, achievement, and success, have significant meaning in Shelby Township, especially in 2017. Last year, Shelby Township welcomed 115 new businesses, ranging from the township's second Kroger marketplace to smaller operations like Lettuce, a quick-serve cafe. But these successes are only the tip of the iceberg. The township experienced growth in residential, commercial, and industrial development. In residential, the township approved 164 permits for new single-family homes and 37 multifamily units, which means almost $700,000 in revenue for the township through permit fees alone. More importantly, though, the success allows more residents to come and enjoy life and build a family in Shelby Township. In the commercial sector, we saw new developments take shape at 26 Mile and Van Dyke with anchors like Kroger, Five Below, TJ Maxx, Ulta Beauty, and Petco. In addition to the large franchises, the township also saw renewed development on the Van Dyke corridor and its downtown development authority with almost 50 new businesses open on and around Van Dyke Avenue. In the industrial sector, Grupo Antolin opened the Antolin Shelby operation at 24 Mile and Shelby Parkway. The initial phase created 430 new jobs at a $61 million, 350,000 square foot facility. And I am proud to pass along that Antolin Shelby recently announced more investment, another $1.6 million in the facility, adding another 230 jobs. Now, with a total of 660 jobs, Antolin Shelby is the township's largest employer. However, with more news in 2017, means Antolin Shelby won't hold that title for long.
Amazon announced it's building a fulfillment center, and it will be right here in our township.
In August, Amazon announced its $70 million, 1 million square foot distribution center at the site of the former Ford Visteon plant. This facility will be operating by the end of the year and will employ 1,100 new workers in the township, making it our top employer. In all, in 2017, new industrial growth accounts for 2,400 new jobs, 1.7 million square feet of facility, and investments of more than $153 million in the township. So, to paraphrase Mr. Benjamin Franklin, because of the continual growth and progress in Shelby Township throughout 2017, the opportunities for community and its residents to improve, achieve, and succeed have grown exponentially. And in our words, that makes Shelby Township a better place to live, learn, play, and do business.
Our Shelby Township Supervisor, Rick Stathakis.
Well, to Shelby TV, I just want you to know, Mark Hagel just asked me, who did you pay to do that? Shelby TV. So I think we have a new customer. I hope so. Anyway, no, this is a great place to hold the Shelby Township Business Awards, and I want to thank KUKA Chief Regional Officer Joel Gemma for allowing us to come in. It's just a great event, and thank you very much. Yep. But also, I want to thank Shelby TV because they have put a lot of effort into this. I mean, you just saw one of the films, and you're going to actually see a film for all the winners. And I know it's taken them hours and hours, and they were here quite late. I actually came by here at 7 o'clock last night to see if they needed any help. And they had already had supper and everything, so I couldn't even buy them pizza. But they were here late, and I don't think they got out of here till about 11 o'clock, and they were here 5 o'clock this morning, and they have just done a tremendous job. So thank you very much. And also, Kelly Kasuda, thank you. I know you've got your real job at WDIV. She still makes time, though, to do our weekly news and special events like this. So thank you. And also, I know Nick Monticelli is not around, but he's really the kind of production manager. He's also a reporter for WDIV. It's kind of funny because when he comes to my office, I always ask him, are you representing TV5 or WDIV? Oh, TV5, you can come in. But he does a great job, and he always finds time to fix our equipment, do the production. And the thing I like about Nick most of all, he's always mentoring our younger employees, and that's very important to us. So good job, Kelly and Nick, and also Channel 5. Thank you very much. And somebody else I want to point out, too, is Sterling Heights Chamber President Melanie Davis. You know, she's the one that had this idea coming to KUKA and actually doing this event. And I know she's put in a lot of time, as the Chamber has, as they always do. So, Melanie, wherever you are, thanks a lot. We appreciate all the good work of you and your Chamber. Thank you. And I won't go through my board members, but obviously that's our team. They're the team. I know they've already been introduced, but that's the team that sets the policy, sets the vision, and we really work well. We really do, and it's just amazing when you have the right people that want to do the right thing, things get done. And for example, infrastructure this year, we will be spending more than $20 million in cash from now until 2020. And by the way, that's cash that we've been saving up so that we will have a new library. We will have a new senior center. In fact, Ms. Wilhelm is chairing that committee. We will have a brand new court this year. I know Doug Wozniak is a big part of that. We will have an expanded police station of 7,000 square feet, making it 25,000 square feet in total. That'll be done this year as well. And what am I leaving out? 2 brand new fire stations. We just built one last year on 22 in Shaner, and now we're building a brand new one on 25 in Shaner. Again, we're paying cash. Everything we do, we don't borrow, we don't bond. If we can't afford it, we don't buy it. And I know we took a lot of heat for that. Michael Flynn and Doug Wozniak in 2008, a lot of heat for putting up a court that we couldn't afford. And people wanted us to do a lot of things that we couldn't afford. And what we decided to do instead was put that money away, generate surpluses that we've been doing every year, and making sure that we did not see a need to increase tax millage. We have not done that. Our pledge is not to do that. And even after spending our $20 to $25 million in cash, our taxes will remain the lowest in Macomb County for the fire and for having a full-time fire and police station. Yeah, hats off to all of you. And also I want to say, even after spending all this cash, we are now ready right now for the next recession. Of course, we don't want it to happen, but if it does, we're ready. Our cash reserves are built up, and that's just how we manage. So hats off to the Board of Trustees because they do a wonderful job. But, you can talk about policy and you can talk about vision. If you don't have the execution, nothing gets done. And that's why the department heads in Shelby Township are so important. As I said before, and I know you've heard me say this many times, we look at we don't call it the upside down triangle, we call it the right side up township. And the Board of Trustees and I are at the very bottom. And somewhere in the middle, we have the department heads, and all of them do a magnificent job because they tell us exactly what they need so they can support the 300 plus employees that really do the work, the heavy lifting here in Shelby Township. And we're really proud of all the employees and also of the department heads. And I know a lot of the department heads are here. Can you please stand? If you are, come on, don't be shy. I know you're not shy. Good job, everybody. Police Chief Schleit is here, and Fire Chief Swinkowski as well. Thank you. Thank you very much. And also, we've got, I want to mention, too, whenever I mention the Board of Trustees, I always mention Bob Kirk and Rob Huth. They've got a terrific law firm. They are our partners. They're really more than our partners. They're our consultants. They're just there when we need them. And they have been in Shelby Township, Bob, for what, 20, 25 years, wherever you are? It's been a long time. And I just don't see us ever running this township without Bob Kirk and Rob Huth. So let's give them a special applause as well. Thank you. And I want to mention one more time, Shelby Township's largest employer, Joe McCloskey. He's grown up here in Shelby Township. He's not only a great corporate citizen, but he's a hometown guy. And whenever we need something, even before we need something, he's always on the phone. What do you need? How can I help? And we really appreciate that. So not only do you offer a lot of employees, how many employees do you have now? 680. We thought it was going to be 400. Now he's at 680, and I believe it's, 350,000 square feet? By far and away the largest building in Shelby Township, well, until September 1st, and then Amazon opens. But that's okay. You guys are expanding. Got a ways to go, but you know what? I think you can catch them. I really do. But anyway, and Joe, thank you very much for all you do. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Well, we are here for the Business Awards today, and we will present those awards next. But before I do that, I've got some great news that I want to announce. It's important because it plays a big part in helping to attract business and grow our economy. Now, according to niche.com, that's NICHE.com, Shelby Township was selected as a #1 place to live in Macomb County. Yeah, thank you, board members. You know, I get to stand up here and take the credit, but we've got more than 300 employees and a great board. Again, it's a great teamwork that we do, and we work well together. But anyway, the distinction factors, a number of details were as follows. Quality of life, they measured that. Public safety, economic potential, and a very big part of the study were the schools. And schools, and I'm talking about Utica Community Schools, received an A. And that's in spite of all the funding problems they have. And right here is UCS Superintendent Dr. Christine Johns. Way to go. And when she gets a proper funding from Lansing, just think what she'll be able to do. It'll be amazing. But keep up the good work. We appreciate it. And Pete Lucido, I know you're fighting hard. No, I'm not beating you up. You're always fighting, and I know you're doing a great job. Keep up the barking that you do. I appreciate it. Yeah. Well, you know, as I look around the room today, I see a lot of people, so many people that play a part in making our community a better place to live. To all of you, I say on behalf of the township and on behalf of the Board of Trustees, thank you. Thank you for making Shelby Township the #1 place to call home in all of Macomb County. And Mike Taylor, Mayor Mark Taylor, well, you're actually here representing Bob Kirk and Rob Hoop, so you're not here as a mayor. Good. Well, anyway, I want you to know, wait. Hey, this is my show. No. I don't know how you rank, but I'm not sure if you're in the top 20, but I know you're in the top 30. I looked at it, so you're good. You're good. And you do a great job. Whatever. Yeah. And by the way, since you're representing Kirk and Huth and Lang and Bellamenti, I would ask that you refrain from Twitter and Facebook until this program's done. For those of you who don't know, he's a Twitter specialist. He's great. We love you, Mike. Yeah, we love you. But anyway, we want to talk about, just for a minute, I do want to talk about manufacturing and industrial growth in the community because, you know, it does impact our community unlike any other type of development. And with the help of the Board of Trustees, our department heads, and all of our employees, these facilities, like KUKA, they come to town. They want to come to town. And it typically means hundreds of good-paying jobs, and it adds a great deal of diversity to our tax rolls. And the engine behind this growth in Shelby Township has been in a partnership between our Board of Trustees, Macomb County, Mark Hackel, and people like Eugene D'Agostini, president of Mode Development, which owns nearly all the property within Cherry Creek Corporate Park. So when you pull out of here and head toward 24 Mile Road, he owns all the property on both sides pretty much. Perhaps he sold some of it, but all of this has happened in the last 8.5 years. And I remember him coming to our Board of Trustees, and you know how much we love trees. It was a complete forest. You couldn't see anything except trees. And he wanted to cut them all down. And we said, whoa, Gene, we love you. You got a great record, but you can't cut all these trees down. Well, he showed us his plan. He showed us his vision and agreed that if it didn't work, he would replant them all. And nobody's got the means of doing that except him. He owns half of Shelby Township. No, I'm kidding. But anyway, he said, okay. And he went ahead and did it. And look what has happened in the last 8 years. It's just marvelous. Gene D'Agostini. And we really do appreciate the great partnership with Joe and you and everybody else on the street. And Joe, keeps sending us customers as you have. We do appreciate that. But along with the revenue and the new wealth generated by all of our new businesses here in Shelby Township, another positive outcome of the growth is a message it sends that Shelby Township and its regional and private sector partners are perfectly positioned to aid growth. And giving these successful companies a place to expand is a total team effort. It requires everybody on local government, our partner Mark Hackel, Macomb County, our schools, everybody to be working in the same way, and it proves that with the help of our school partners and everybody else, and all of our businesses, big and small, with everything that we're doing, we can get it done, and we have. Shelby Township is appealing to the nation's top business leaders, and I want to thank these corporations and all the businesses in Shelby Township for investing in our community and for choosing our community to continue its success. So I thank you very much. Now, let's get on with the awards presentation. And Kelly, I'm going to turn it over to you. And Melanie, can you please come up? And also Dave Barron, Chamber Board Director, if you could come up and assist us, that'd be great. Thank you.
All right, let's get to our first award. In 2012, KUKA Division Industries was one of the pioneering tenants of Cherry Creek Corporate Park. KUKA exhibited the forward-thinking mentality in its choice for a new headquarters that has also put the firm at the forefront of the global advanced manufacturing marketplace. Since KUKA made its commitment to Shelby Township and Cherry Creek Corporate Park, the township has experienced unprecedented growth in that corridor. KUKA now has neighbors such as Javis USA, the Paslin Company, Grupo Antolin, Cosworth, and Transform Automotive. As if setting the table for future development for Shelby Parkway was not enough, last year, KUKA doubled down on its investment in the township with a new metal and arc tech center. With this addition to KUKA's facility in Shelby Township, our community is now home to a center that provides training to KUKA's global customers. And it's a place to educate Shelby Township and Macomb County's growing and much-needed skilled trade workforce. For these reasons, we are proud to present KUKA Division Industries with the 2018 Shelby Township Business Award for Advanced Manufacturing. Accepting for KUKA is Joe Gemma, Chief Regional Officer.
KUKA is a German-based, robotic-based automation company. So our headquarters is in Germany. Our North American headquarters is here in Shelby Township for the robotics group. But we also have multiple locations in the area. We have several others in Macomb County, as well as locations in Saginaw and Fenton. I think what separates KUKA is a couple of things, primarily our global footprint. We really try to trade best practices around the world. We can provide solutions all over the world and replicate them around the world between our different divisions and our different entities around the world, and also the breadth of our offering. So we provide automation solutions to all sorts of industries, from automotive to food and beverage to logistics, healthcare, and even entertainment. The jobs will change in the future, so when you talk about automation taking away jobs, it doesn't take away jobs necessarily. In fact, many more jobs are created as a result of automation, but the jobs may change. So for example, the factory worker that may lose his job to a robot on an assembly line could get a job repairing that robot or programming it or maintaining it. And what we really think is that we're helping companies to be more competitive so they can stay alive. You saw back in the 80s, 90s, and even as recent as 2008, 2009, many factories were closing because they were losing jobs to overseas companies. What we can do here now is help those companies remain competitive by automating and save those jobs and even bring them back. There's a lot of reshoring going on as a result of being able to be competitive through automation in this country. Our KUKA College is our training center for our customers primarily. I think it's one of the things that's unique about our college versus some of the other companies is it's the same all over the world. So we have a standardized curriculum that's taught all over the world. We have standardized training cells, and we have we have to have our trainers certified globally at our headquarters in Germany. Dealing with Shelby Township has been great. I mean, this is a corridor here where a lot of companies have moved in recently. We were looking for a new facility, moving out of an older one down the road a ways. And so what we did is we took this building, which was basically 4 walls and a dirt floor, and we were able to build it custom for exactly what we wanted. Yeah, I think it was a great honor to win the Advanced Manufacturing Award. Obviously, we're in advanced manufacturing every day, but to get recognized for it was a little bit special. It was sort of a surprise, but an honor, and it does boost morale of the people here.
Osborne's coming up. I just want to tell you how impressed we are with, is it JoeBot, the robot that makes a coffee? Okay, so now what we need is a robot that can clean our bathrooms and do the vacuuming. And Carol, what else do I do at home? Yeah, she's shaking her head. I guess I'm doing a good enough job. But they tell me if you want to take JoeBot home, $65,000 plus maintenance plus delivery. But you'll never have, all you need to do from that point on is push a button and have your coffee automatically made. Or I guess you could go to McDonald's 65,000 times, right? Still a buck a cup. I don't know. But anyway, I didn't mean to get into that, but there you go, Joe. Very nice. We like JoeBot.
Yeah, I was actually going to comment on that. We had an open house here in November, and Rick came in, and he was intrigued by the JoeBot, which is our coffee-making robot, and so we made him a cup of coffee. And I don't think that's why we won the Advanced Manufacturing Award, but it probably didn't hurt. No, but it is an honor. You know, we work with robots every day, and we see them as machines and tools to do mundane, dirty, dangerous jobs. But when we get people like you coming in from the outside, we realize that they're pretty cool too. So we have a lot of fun with it. It's hard work, and it's tough to keep up in this environment. The economy is booming right now. Automation is booming. So it's a great time for us. We continue to hire new employees. But it's a challenge, but it's really fun working in robots and automation. So thank you for this award, and thank you for coming here. We were happy to host you today.
Congratulations. Let's now take a quick look at Black Hills Estates. Never mind, we're going to talk first. Just kidding. The Black Hills Estates development near 25 Mile Road and Van Dyke Avenue is an exciting development that meets the township's growing needs for more single-family housing. As families look to grow and set roots in Shelby Township, housing stocks like that afforded by Black Hills Estates is invaluable. To meet this need, Acadia Home Builders put together a plan that has 72 single-family homes on lots that range from roughly 1,200 to 11,000 square feet. This development includes some of the township's signature natural beauty and tree canopy by incorporating pond view lots and wooded wetland area on the southern portion of the property. Homes in Black Hills Estates range from 2,400 to 3,800 square feet with a median cost of $485,000. Along with meeting the needs of families, Black Hills Estates boasts a variety of housing options that includes a ranch-style home, which are suited for those looking to downsize and stay within the township. The ability of Acadia Home Builders to successfully meet the needs and standards of our growing community is why we are proud to recognize Black Hills Estates with the 2018 Shelby Township Business Awards in Residential.
We have a wide variety of houses there. The prices range anywhere from $480,000, the high $400,000s to the high $500,000s. We're trying to stay below the $600,000 barrier there. We got split levels, ranches, colonials there, granite countertops, ceramic tile. The location is a plus for the development. Got all the shopping up and down Van Dyke. Restaurants, you've got the bigger stores along the 26 Mile Road and Van Dyke corridor. Proximity to the Van Dyke Freeway, you can take Jewel Road down to 23 Mile Road to access the freeway, or you can take Jewel Road back to, or take Van Dyke up to 26 Mile Road to get onto Van Dyke Freeway. So the location is a benefit for the subdivision. It's right near everything. It's got a decent tax base for the value of the homes, a lot of parks, probably the premier school district in Utica schools, shopping, police department. The township basically has everything that a resident would be looking for. The home sites are unique. They're large home sites. Most of the home sites there is what a builder would consider a premium lot. They're all deep. The lots average probably 180 foot in depth there. We've got wooded lots. We've got pond view lots that front up to, we've got our basin there, and we've got a natural pond there. It's a diverse mix of lots there. Shelby Township there's help all the way through, from conception to the final inspection on the home. The planning department is fantastic to deal with. The engineering department is great to deal with. The DPW is great to deal with, all the way to the building department. For us, we build in several communities, and Shelby's right up there near the top as far as us wanting to do work in Shelby. It's a friendly community, and everybody's professional and good to work with. Pretty proud of it. When I got the phone call, I've never received an award like that before, and I know the other developments and the other developers that are out there in Shelby Township, so we're pretty proud of it.
The award for Black Hills Estates is the sales manager of Acadia Home Builders, John D. Piazza. John, would you like to say anything? No?
Said I wouldn't have to say anything. Well, thank you very much. Black Hills is really a new, beautiful community for Shelby Township. We have a lot of real nice lot sizes. We're not in small home sites there. And Acadia is a company that's a little bit more to the custom side. When you come into our homes, we don't tell you this is it, this is all we can do, this is the floor plan you have to deal with. Some of the people here can attest to the fact that we will change our floor plan. We'll do different things in the house to customize it for you. You're spending a lot of money on a new home today, and we want you to be comfortable. Biggest thing I can say about Acadia is that it is a extremely responsible company. It's nice to work for a building company where the builder cares. The builder's there. You have a problem with anything, you give us a call. We're always out there to take care of it. So, in short, I've never worked for a better company than Acadia, and I appreciate representing them here today. So thank you very much for this award.
Congratulations. In 2010, Team Rehabilitation opened their first clinic in Shelby Township, and as of last year, Shelby Township is now home to 4 clinics. Team Rehabilitation's most in one municipality. Since establishing its presence in the township, Team Rehabilitation clinics, which specialize in outpatient physical therapy, have sponsored various local schools and youth sports programs and events, creating a presence in Shelby Township community. However, Team Rehabilitation's growth expands beyond Shelby Township. In the past 7 years, Team Rehabilitation has seen a 420% growth, expanding from just 15 clinics in Michigan to 78 clinics across the state and growing into Illinois, Indiana, Wisconsin, and Georgia. In addition to the wonderful services they provide its clients and residents of Shelby Township, Team Rehabilitation has been voted a top workplace in Detroit for the past 9 consecutive years. Team Rehabilitation was also named the #1 standing in all of Detroit in 2017, and in 2015, Team Rehabilitation was inducted into the Top Workplace Circle of Excellence by the Detroit Free Press. For these reasons, we are proud to present Team Rehabilitation with the 2018 Shelby Township Business Award for Healthcare.
Team Rehab as a company really is always keeping the patient first. We're always looking for ways to improve, how we can better care for our patients.
What it does, it really fosters and encourages us to grow and challenges us professionally to grow. It's an environment where we have the tools and we have the support staff to grow. And so this really helps enable us to provide better care for our patients.
The Metro Detroit area, we have just over 50 clinics. depending on each patient. Everything's a very individualized treatment program.
So we see anybody from neck and back pain, which are two of the more common things that we see, to our gait and balance patients. You know, some of the more common patients that we see, or maybe the less common patients that people don't really think about PT as much, is maybe some of the chronic pain patients who have been in pain for so long. That's someone that we can really make a difference with and help out. It could be something as little as improving function from, transitioning from sit to stand or regaining mobility again. These are all things that we can help assist with and get back to.
People are in pain, they don't feel well, so we really try to make them comfortable in this environment. Sometimes patients don't have any other contact during the day. When somebody comes into my clinic, it's their home. Like, I want them to feel comfortable as if I had a guest in my home.
We have some of the best clinicians and professors from across the U.S. and across the world that come in to do classes for our company. And so this really helps us educate ourselves better as clinicians, and it allows us to become more specialized in different treatments. As a healthcare profession, we're trying to move away from is the whole epidemic with opioids, and it's being overutilized. So that's another avenue where we can come in and be as some assistance for that. And it's something that these patients, they want to get back to these things, and maybe they don't realize that some of these services are available to them. So it's part of our job to help educate not only the patient but the physician and the community about things that we can do to help with that.
It's kind of cool, I've grown up in this area, lived here for, I think over 20 years, and it's awesome to, be recognized by Shelby Township for, this award, and I'm just happy that I can use the skills and my talent to, help the people of Shelby Township.
Accepting the award for Team Rehabilitation is Jill Zuski, Heather Costas, both clinic directors at Team Rehabilitation. Hello, we are so happy to be here today, and we didn't even know this award existed, so it was a very happy surprise to be told that we were getting this award. That is the best commercial I've ever seen for Team Rehab. Like that said, we have opened 4 clinics in 8 years in Shelby Township, and it's due to the support of the community. Our patients are our lives. We are very passionate physical therapists and directors of, I'm Shelby 1 and she's Shelby 2, this is Heather, and we have the best patients that tell all their friends and family, go to Team Rehab because they want to make you better. Our number one focus is the patient and happy patients. So we are so proud to be representing Team Rehab Shelby 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm sure you pass at least 2 every day somewhere, and thank you so much for giving us this award. Congratulations. Now let's take a look at one of my favorite restaurants. Thanks to Dominic Belcastro and his family's recipes, Shelby Township has been home to one of the state's finest Italian restaurants for more than 25 years. Da Francesco's, named for Belcastro's father, started as a small restaurant that quickly earned a place in the hearts and dinner plans of generations. Through trademark promotions such as Free Cannoli Wednesday, their commitment to the community and programs like the Township Police Department's DARE program, it's easy to see that Shelby Township's love affair with Da Francesco's is mutual. In 2017, Da Francesco's recognized what many of its customers had known for a long time. The restaurant had outgrown the 5,000 square foot space it previously occupied in a shopping center on Van Dyke Avenue. And it was with great relief that Mr. Belcastro and his family chose to remain in the heart of the township's Van Dyke commercial corridor to make this move and continue its growth. The new facility is a 10,000 square foot standalone restaurant that is set to employ 30 to 40% more employees and have a capacity to serve 130 more dinners than the previous location. For this reason, we are proud to recognize Da Francesco's Restaurant and Bar as the winner of the 2018 Shelby Township Business Award for Hospitality.
Mio nome è Francesco Balcastro e questa è mia moglie Assunta Balcastro. When I come to this country, I was 17 years old, and I work downtown, and I work with my boss all the time. What do you put on the spaghetti? What do you make a sauce? What do you make the chicken? I watch him, whatever he done, and I learned. My son, he told me, Daddy, I read the paper and I find a place to make people go buy it. Come and see us. Come and see the place. So I went over there. I look around, and I like it. I like it. So I told my wife, I think we're going to buy the place.
Started off 28 years ago across the street, right across Van Dyke. My grandfather, Francesco, and my dad originally bought a single unit from Luciano's.
My wife make the tiramisu, started working hard. She was in a bar, served the people wine or something like that. And I was a cook. I was cooking.
Sometimes my nono didn't even really use a measuring cup. He kind of just knew, you know. He would taste it, keep going. All right, I need more of this, a little more garlic, you know, more oil.
In the meantime, I go to the people and talk, how's my food? Did I make it good? Everybody make me happy. They say, Franco, you're the best. Franco, you're going to make it. And I was very happy about it.
It started off as I don't know, maybe 10, 12 tables. And now we have 4 dining rooms at the new place. So it's been an evolution of just the recipes and everything, just tweaking meat sauce, bringing in the cannolis, homemade tiramisu. Even to this day, we're tweaking our recipe. I mean, it still is the same foundation that it kind of did as when we started. But I mean, once in a while, we'll play around with the salt, we'll play around with the sugar. You know, we're always playing around, we're getting feedback from customers. So there's a couple of secrets we can tell you about, but can't tell them all.
If it wasn't not for my wife, I never make it. My wife was not just a wife, friends, beautiful. Because if we make it, me and my wife make us see what we got now. But we suffer a little bit, we suffer too. But it's a hard work we did. But thank the Lord, what we are now, is going to be a third generation. My grandson is going to take over.
We're happy to be part of this community. I think Shelby Township has definitely been very good to us. Hospitality is like one of our main goals here, not just food quality, but hospitality is definitely very important, so we're honored.
Oh, I'm so happy about it. I'm very happy about it. Me and my wife, we talk about it every day then. I like we are, and the people love so much us. That's beautiful. That's very, very happy about it.
Accepting the award for Da Francesco's owner, Dominic Belcastro, his wife Kim, and his son Francisco.
Wow, what an honor. We're so excited to be part of Shelby Township. Our customers are like our family. When we see our customers, it's not work, it's like our house, and we welcome everybody there. And thank you. Thank you so much.
Congratulations. Redevelopment of the old Ford Vistion industrial parcel on Mound Road has been one of Shelby Township's top economic development goals since the plan shuttered in 2009. Prior to Amazon announcing it would build a 1 million square foot distribution center at this site, our best hope for this parcel was outdoor storage. Because of Amazon, however, we have significantly improved on that hope. Amazon's new high-tech innovative distribution center in Shelby Township on a 90-acre site will generate a minimum of 1,100 new full-time jobs with benefits. The economic multiplier of redevelopment of this parcel is a lifesaver for surrounding small businesses. But more important than all of this is the environmental impact this redevelopment will have on our township. As part of its brownfield redevelopment agreement with Macomb County and Shelby Township, Amazon and Hillwood Enterprises, which is overseeing the development project, will pay all costs of remediation of this site, which hosted a myriad of hazards associated with more than 50 years of heavy industrial use. The total cost for this remediation is roughly $9.1 million, and it will result in a total investment in the project of nearly $70 million. After the remediation is complete, Shelby Township will have a new site with new jobs, and it will also have a site that welcomes adjacent development. Because of this and the environmental remediation performed by Amazon, we are proud to recognize Amazon and Hillwood Development with the 2018 Shelby Township Business Award in Community Redevelopment.
We try to create a win-win scenario when we attract projects to a community. First, it has to fit the community. It has to be something that community supports. If there's no community support, then the state can't really help that project come through. So we have to look at the region and see what the region's assets are, what their strengths are, and with this being a logistical center, that's really what Amazon was looking for. So it's a win-win. You're taking a site that had deep contamination, removing that, transforming it into 1 million square feet of new investment, and it's really creating additional tax value in the future. Diversification is key. When you take a industry that fluctuates, you try to bring in complementary industries to help offset some of those fluctuations. So having a project like Amazon in the region is really beneficial to any of those potential fluctuations. And having them as a community partner is key as well. So you're bringing in not only them as a client, but you're also bringing in a lot of stability and future growth potential. With a project like Amazon, it really is a catalytic project. It will hopefully draw in new economic opportunities with other projects coming around it, but at the same time, it's really those jobs that it creates. It creates jobs for the contractors, those residual jobs around the site, but also those community members that will be employed at the site, and hopefully buying homes and sending their kids to school and all those kind of carry-on effects. So it really is a catalytic project, and it's great for the community. Yeah, so 1 million square feet is a large undertaking for any business. Amazon's been successful in planning these across the country, but each site has its own difficulties. And we were really lucky to have a community like Shelby Township in Macomb County and all the partners that surround this project come to the table all at once and say, we're here to support this, and we can go through those logistical challenges, being at roads or utilities or the site cleanup. All those things really needed to come together at the same time to be successful. So it takes a community in economic development to really make a project be successful. And for us, for that 1 million square feet, which comes out to be about 23 acres under roof, it's just a really big undertaking. It can't just be done by a state agency or a local community. It's really that partnership and bringing all those partners together. So it's been a success working with the planning department and the supervisor's office up to the county executives team that they've amassed. It's a really professional environment that is really pro-business and really business-friendly and really understands what it takes to get the job done. Yeah, this Amazon project is really massive. You're looking at, 17.5 football fields under one roof, 1 million square feet. It doesn't happen every day. So the state was really excited to partner with Amazon and Shelby Township and Macomb County on the project. But again, it's really driven locally, so it had to fit in with the community's needs. And up north, we're looking at a lot more tourism. In the rural areas is more agricultural. But in Southeast Michigan, we really see a lot of logistics and automotive and these larger investments. So it was very exciting for the state to work on. It's a very impactful project, and we're hoping to see these thousands of jobs, carry on effects as well within the region.
Accepting this award is Greg Skovich, the Vice President of Development at Hillwood.
Good morning. Thank you to Shelby Township for recognizing this development with this award. I need to recreate a little history for the group so they can really understand how influential and how helpful the township was in this process. 11 months ago, our tenant called us and says, hey, we need to be in northern Detroit with 1 million square feet by September of 2018. So we say it's tough to tell them no. You just try to avoid it, because if you tell them no, they're going to go somewhere else. So Hillwood's unfamiliar with Detroit. We had a couple of adventures over here, but have yet to have any success or build any product. So naturally, we call our partner, the Sterling Group, and we say, hey, Ellie, we need 1 million feet in north of Detroit. What do you have? And he says, I have the perfect site. And oh, great. We're all ears. He goes, it's got some environmental challenges. It has between 10 and 18 inches of concrete pavement across the entire site. There are buried basements. There are buried tunnels. There are foundations across the world. And I say, Ellie, this does not sound perfect to me. I don't know how we're going to hit our date. He says, no, just trust me, just trust me. So then Ellie calls up Luke Bonner with Bonner Group, and Luke says, yes, I think we can solve this. Let me put in a call to the township. And 10 months ago, we meet with Luke and the Sterling Group and Glenn and Rick at the township in the conference room, and we lay out the plan. We say, we're thinking about something like this. And Glenn, stutters for a minute, but composes himself. And then we tell him the timing. And Rick says, no problem. And so after about an hour of meeting and understanding how we get there, we leave that meeting and we say, well, maybe we can figure this out. The next box we had to check was with the state. And Dan Goff was gracious enough to invite us to his office in MDEQ, because that was the next big box to check. Said, hey, with these environmental concerns, can we figure this out? And same story. We go in there. We're in there in a tight conference room. I remember it like it was yesterday. It was hot. There was probably 15 people in a 10-person room. And again, we rolled out the plan. We talked about the challenges. They said, no problem, we can get there. So we checked that box. So then we call up our tenant and we say, hey, tenant, we can do this. And September, we signed a lease. September 26th, we broke ground. And today, we're 1 million feet under roof. That's 10 months ago. So, without the partnership with the state, with the county, with the township, we wouldn't be where we are. My one complaint is that we do this all over the nation, all over the country, and this is going to be my expectation with every project. So if I could take Glenn and Rick with me everywhere I go, then this wouldn't be a problem. But that is my one complaint about doing business in Shelby Township. Thank you.
Congratulations. I'd like to bring up our supervisor for our closing remarks.
Well, thank you. And I actually want to bring up one more speaker. Pete Lucido, could you please come up and maybe tell us a few things going on? I know you've got some tributes you want to make. We'll do that after the event. But come on up, and we'd like to hear from you.
Thank you, Rick. No, thank you. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Shelby Township, because this is the place to be. I want to talk about my tag, but not my cheap suit, as Mark Hackle said. I got the one that actually has the magnets with it, so if you need a referral, I can give you it. My wife and I moved to Shelby Township over 20 years ago, and we're proud that we did. We raised our family, and as the supervisor said, this is a great community. There's no better place. More importantly, the teamwork, as you said, Supervisor Stathakis, with this board and the partnership with the Utica Community Schools, because I have to tell you, that's a driving factor in bringing families here to this community. The business comes when we have the rightness for having the community together, and that's what this is about. Team spirit, team play, and most importantly, great partners. Today we see 5 businesses that came to this community because they want to make a success. Thank Gene DiAugustini. It's his vision. Thank the partners of not only planning but also development. Thank the county for what they do, because they are true believers in what it is, and that is a life here in Macomb County is the best you can have. The state of Michigan is proud to assist in any way it can, and with the tools that it has, to have these individuals success stories. Now, I tried to get a reservation at Da Francesco's this afternoon, but it's going to be a difficult task. There is no better place to be, there is no better place to set up shop, and there is no better community than Shelby Township. Thank you all, and have a great afternoon and a great weekend.
Okay. In closing, first of all, our board, come on up here. Board members, come on up here. Yeah. Don't be shy. I know you're not shy. But this is a group right here, and all the department heads, come on up. Come on up, please. I would ask all the employees to come up, but they're working right now. Come on, everybody, come on up. This is a team right here that gets it all done. And Bob Kirk, come on up here. I know Rob's not here. Where's Bob Kirk? Come on up here. Okay, good. This is a team right here that gets it done, and I know a lot of us sometimes, we get our pictures in the paper and all of that, but if you really want to know where the rubber hits the road, it's everybody on my right and everybody on my left, and they do an awesome job. So let's hear it for the team, Team Shelby. Thank you very much. Stay right there. And also in closing, I want to thank Kelly Kasuda. She's just been magnificent. I want to thank ShelbyTV for putting all this together. Brad Bates, our new Community Relations Director, has just done a remarkable job. And my Deputy Supervisor, Chelsea, she's magnificent as well. I want to thank the Sterling Heights Regional Chamber of Commerce, all of our sponsors. If it weren't for them, we would not be here. And I want to especially thank all of you for taking the time to be here, even though we're about 20 minutes behind schedule, for your patience. I really do appreciate it. And Dr. Johns, you should be up here too. But anyway, we're about to end. I want to thank you for everything you do as well. So one last round of applause for all the award winners. And we'll see you next year, 2019 Shelby Township Award. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, the whole group. Come on. Hey, Jim. Man, come on. Do it quick.